Hello, good evening everyone, welcome to Monza. 1 minute and 50 seconds to go until the hypercar quali begins. Setup is loaded, practice has gone alright. We are the only Peugeot and we are waiting for GT3s to do their own laps now. What more to say? Hi Logi, hi David, good evening. I'm quite nervous and excited for this one because I think the Peugeot for some reason works well here. I don't know what happened with the updates. Hypercars supposedly got no updates, but even some esports people claim that there has been some change. Well, the Peugeot has supposedly got plus 8 kilos and the Ferrari plus 10, but well, we have mostly Peugeots and Ferraris here. Well, one Peugeot, many Ferraris. But if you go on YouTube and find some Hotlaps, let's say from setup shops, you will see there is like a Peugeot and then half a second gap and then every other car. So I don't know. Maybe it was just Marcel Cinczyk doing like a crazy Peugeot setup and absolutely nailing it around here. Because well, that fastest Peugeot Hotlap on YouTube is half a second quicker than the second fastest as well, I think. But anyway, 12 seconds till we can go to the fast lane. And let's see what happens. I'll let them go. And now we wait a bit, as we can only go at 10 to go. Alright. Thank you, Edward. Good evening, Daniela. Yeah, well, Edward, difficult to hear about that VMS problems with the broadcast, but oh well. LMU is not yet fully released, so I understand that the leagues have problems of their own. So I don't think it's a big issue, but well, season 3 will be bigger and better, right? The Neil in Alpine feels like that he just, I don't know, does he even want to go fast? He's fast, but he's never been as fast as he could be. What's happening there? Okay. And off we go. Yeah, Alpine has never been that bad. I think when it was first released it was a bit off, but then it was quickly patched. Or something happened that suddenly it was fast. Or maybe people just figured it out. So yeah, it's not bad. I don't want to do a fast outlap, so I will let them through. And the Toyota is a weird one. Let him have it. Toyota is a weird one because it's great on brakes, so that's pretty useful for Monza. It's not, I mean, it's not bad, it's not good on acceleration, but it's not bad on straights, although it has tremendously silly 7th gear. The 7th gear on Toyota is a disaster. Well, for fuel saving is good. Need to focus. I think it's quite bright on the camera. I will fix it later. Actually, why? I will fix it later. I did not try the Caddy yet. One more burnout. Looking forward to the new hypercar tires, so we don't need to do this anymore. Anyway, off we go. I was too early on brakes, but exit was good. Yes, we come for a 33.4, maybe? 387, alright. I mean, okay, nice banker lap. I'm gonna take it. Yeah, I had a 10th, maybe half a 10th to a 10th in the first chicane. I have a 10th in the second chicane, 10th in Lesmo. Well, I'll try to improve a bit. But this is good for the start. So let's bring the car, as the rules say, back to the pit lane. Take new tires, fix the camera exposure. Although, why is the camera doing this? Like, I think it's... the colors are broken as well. I have enough time anyway. I'm doing 2 attempts. So I'll just quickly box, take new tires, fix the camera and then go out again. And hello everyone appearing in the chat while I was ignoring it because of a Quali. Welcome to Monza. It makes sense that the Peugeot is good at Monza, right? Like it's supposed to be low downforce, so maybe if they made it actually work in real life, it would be good here. Team up with the Peugeot and tell them how to fix the car. Well, let's say the correct setup here for the car is not overly realistic. The way that it has to be done to be super rotatey and oversteery. Okay, so I think we need a bit of white balance. The other way maybe. Come on. Let me go out a bit so I can see the track colors. That's about fine, maybe a little bit less gain. Perfect. Alright, well, second try. We have 3 minutes for the outlap, so let's not impede somebody. The wingless Peugeot, oh, of course. I mean, I kind of forgot about it altogether, but it makes a lot of sense, right? But Ferrari being off pace, I don't know. According to setup shops, it's not that good here, but I mean, if you saw Sebring race, like I tried harder on the setup and on the prep compared to this, and I was with a PB 2/10 of pace, maybe 3 even. So suddenly from Sebring to Monza, Peugeot gained over half a second relative to Ferrari. I don't know how that works. But there is a reason why everybody's on the Ferrari, right? Before season it felt like that's the fastest car. Of course now it has plus 10 kilos, but Peugeot has plus 8. Well, let's bring some temp into the tire. Somebody's coming from behind, so let's not impede him. It's Fabio, he's warming up as well. Well, he doesn't want to go through. Cars coming from behind. I think they're about to start their laps. Okay, well, let's go. Front is a bit cold, but it's fine, maybe. Oh yeah, the Toyota is not bad. P2, well, P3 now. Too much sliding. Not perfect, but it's an improvement. Oh, Michi Magic into P3. Purple S3. Yeah, I don't know. A little bit... I mean, for certain worse lap relative to what I did at Sebring, but... but yeah, I mean, the car is good here, for whatever reason. Ooh. I think that's it. What was the rules that we need to keep going, right? Nah, we can escape, right? Yeah. But if we escape, Quali is over, but Quali is over anyway, so... Alright. Let's load the setup then. Let's quickly check something. Something has been checked. Alright. Well, where are our main championship rivals? Fabio and Niklas 6th and 7th. I hope they stay there. Would love a little bit of point jump over them now that we lost the Spa endurance race with double points or like 1.5 points. so it's gonna be difficult to recatch. VMS not streaming this race, yeah, they had a problem last moment, so unfortunately Michi and I are streaming. Probably quite a couple of drivers are streaming. Kieran is streaming for sure. Yeah. Well, a lot of chat to go through. It's been... I mean, it's hard to read the chat in Quali if we have to do this broken tire warm-up, right? If I look at the chat while doing this, well, I will soon find a barrier. But, okay. Now the problem is that Ferrari is great at start, Peugeot is not great at start. So, last time I got pole was Bahrain. I was P1 on the grid, I was P3 out of turn 1. I was 5 wide out of turn 4, and then somehow we survived, kind of, into P4. So I hope that something like that doesn't happen. Although, you know, Monza turn 1, I need to absolutely nail the reaction time. And I will have Michi in my rear wing on the brakes. Yeah, Edward doesn't really make sense, or like, yeah, sense to make the effort for a radio stream. Trenta isn't streaming. Interesting. Well, Shiny, I got P2 in round 1, I got P5 in round 2. Unluckily, that was the endurance route at Fuji. So it counted a lot, and we got very unlucky with strategy and rain. Then I got P2 at Bahrain, then I got another P5 at Sebring, I think. So that's not that bad, but it's still quite a big margin to Huben in the lead, but I'm close to Fabio on P2, I think that's the case. But I think it's still doable, I just have to win most of the races, especially the final one at Le Mans. No Tommy stream copy. I think it's 11 GT3s. Anyway, new tires before I forget. If it was not automatic anyway. I think it's automatic if you load a setup. Okay. Well, let's have a good one. Unbelievable. I mean, great move by Di Buono. But what do you have to do to defend the lead with the Peugeot at the start? Like, I don't know. Anyway. Let's see his top speed. I'm actually running quite some wing. I did get a little bit of wheel spin at the start. I took that one too easy. Late defense, but it was mid-corner. So I have a lot more wing, or what? Much stronger on the brakes. I will have to brake late at some point to make the move. Ascari is funny, because if you take like kind of more speed into the corner, then you take all the curbs quite heavily, and it's same quick as taking less speed into the corner and just avoiding the curbs. I couldn't figure out what lane to take. Well, one thing is for certain, I will not overtake a Ferrari on acceleration, no chance. I need to stick close in high speed and then outbrake. What is this psychological phenomenon? It's impossible not to copy-paste the mistake of the car ahead. I'm running, I think, around 17 or 18 Newton meters. But I'm never really reaching that number, because in game I have 0.4. So it's peaking at like 15 maybe, but mostly at 5 to 10. I need to be closer for Parabolica. So difficult to get closer. And then if we are side by side out of turn 2, he's gonna just out-drag me again. Let's go. Left or right? He's gonna defend the inside for sure. The classic. No damage, alright. Maybe it's time for some lucky traffic. I don't like the positioning of those 4 GT3s there. If he overtakes those two and I get stuck into a Ascari... Come on! it's just unbelievable. Alright. Recatch. I was asked where do I gather all the mind power for the mind punts. I think I'm just channeling the excessive bad luck of GT3 traffic into mind punts. Virtual energy looking alright. Richie has some pace today. He wasn't particularly one with the Ferrari for some races, but looks like he found something. Into 34s. In my best shot at overtake, maybe I was just too close to him. For a proper oversplit, I don't know. Fabio in P5 with 34s as well. guess in dirty air it's better to just take that final apex anti-cut. It's just too tight. And the rotation into that corner, like, I don't know. A bit too far maybe now. Run! Yeah, he will have some slipstream, but I think I can pull a gap through Ascari. I heard some glitches in the audio. Not sure if it's my connection with the headset or if you heard that as well. Come on, he has to be too far now. Ooh. We are pushing. But that was, I mean, he didn't really battle it too hard, I think. He could have defended, but maybe he decided that he knows that I'm gonna break for it, and it was just not worth the time loss maybe for him, but it was already set up into turn 1 with that small dummy. VMS Ferrari League. I mean, I don't know. People just wanted to take the Ferrari. No idea why. That's a good traffic. Nico is, you mean Hrušički, if I spelled that correctly. Wasn't he in the Lambo? I think he changed the car, although that means he let go all of his championship points. Anyway, we are running, pace is good, traffic is not good. Well, and of course I forgot to downshift. Now I have a big red Ferrari behind. Dear traffic, please, just one race. I missed the apex by a couple of centimeters, but I can carry so much more speed into corners compared to the Ferrari behind. Monza with high downforce feels quite nice. Although, well, I'm not really running high downforce, but like medium downforce. But it's just funny how people figure it out more and more that downforce is quite cheap in LMU. It doesn't come with much drag. Yeah, Peugeot got nerfed, it got plus 8 kilos and Ferrari got plus 10. Remember, even before the plus 8, I was nowhere in this series in the previous race at Sebring. It's just somehow a good track for Peugeot, or maybe a bad track for the Ferrari. Like Toyota and before, still doing very well. But it is a hot track, kind of. And Ferrari gets temperatures higher up than the Peugeot. It's a cut. So yeah, like Fuji was a big struggle for me because whole race was either cold or wet. And the Peugeot struggled to generate the temps or fell out of the window quicker than other cars. So good to see some proper sunshine around here. Also, I don't know what's the deal with this meta to downshift or like to upshift immediately as you go on throttle in some corners. I saw many esporters doing it, so I just started doing it as well and gained a couple of milliseconds. But the car is quite loose into corners, so I keep the higher gear for longer. But it feels weird to downshift very late and then immediately back into higher gear. But feels like that's necessary. Yeah, what's Ruuunnn doing? That's crazy. But he's far behind. Like, I tried fuel safe, but feels like one just has to lift so much. But I mean, if I keep pulling a gap like this, and if Michi keeps making a nice train, I'm better off just doing a normal race, fueling up 1 or 2 more laps, and just sticking with this thread. Is there some big battle going on behind? I think Michi is having some drama. That curb is deadly on the inside. Touch it and doesn't really feel like anything, but the delta dies. And Fabio into P3 as well already. Well, for the championship, Fabio in P3 is fine, but I need Ruuunnn to stay in 7th. He's gonna jump the whole train in the pit stops. Struggle with traction for Michi, alright. Bet he still got more traction than I. So the kilowatts are the motor map used to keep battery at stable levels. which is important because if battery is full, if this goes to 100%, then I will lose all the front braking, because front braking comes, well, not all, but most of it. Front braking is small brakes plus the regen, and then regen turns off, you lose front brakes, and you lock up the rears and spin around. But if you have the deploy too high, then the front motors start pushing or start accelerating at 190 as per rules, and that means that out of a Scari you get tremendous understeer suddenly as the front pushes the car front instead of making the corner. David, about where can I see how much fuel I have? So I have conveniently hidden that from potential opponent engineers. But yeah, like why do single lane if you can keep doing double lane? Alright, I'm gonna tell you where the fuel is. Right, so my fuel numbers are there, here. I can see them very well, but no one else can. I mean, realistically, it's kind of just figuring out what to do if bigger esports starts happening in LMU, and if I stream that, I will have to properly hide everything that opponent engineers could use. But for this race, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. I mean, we can see each other's virtual energy anyway, so everything can be calculated in principle from that. Is Huben dead? Or just fuel saving so much that others overtook? Yeah, so about motor map in Parabolica, look at what point I get 190. Like, it's quite late. If you're making the corner easily, then you can make the exit anyway quite stable or without big understeer, even if you go max motor map. But if you're understeering already at the apex, then it's done anyway. So it's kind of not that much of a problem at Parabolica, but in a Scari it activates like through the middle of the exit before the last kink to the left, and there it can properly disrupt your corner. What a chicane! Beautiful. What a gap I'm pulling from the Ferraris. And before people start crying about BOP, well, previous race I was falling behind like that compared to the Ferraris myself in the Peugeot, so BOP is fine. Also, it's again finally high temps, which suits Peugeot a bit more. So 2 more laps here. Ruuunnn pit. Ah, he will take new tires then. Interesting. Or maybe just two new tires. Let's see. Yeah, Edward, like half a season slow, but other half of season is split in half as well, and then it's fast if it's hot track and cold if it's cold track, even if by BOP it should be good. It's complicated, like BOP, if you make BOP according to the long run pace, it really depends on the track temp. There would have to be a specific BOP for the night, or for cold track with a lot of clouds, and then specific BOP for hot track. Yeah, it's not an easy job for Mr. Dennis. I think the Buono can do extra lap, but yeah, it's not gonna be that busy of pit lane, I hope. We will need 10 Denises, indeed. GT Freeze will be boxing as well, oof. Anyway, box. Copy. Alright. Well, I see some GT Freeze boxing anyway. I hope I don't get rotated. Nice. Beautiful. And clean track on the exit as well. I wonder what happens with Ruuunnn now. Like, if he... Did he... No, he did not change tires, right? Or did he? I thought he was doing like half-half. But Monza, it's not really like a high deck track anyway. So maybe he just boxed to avoid the train. Come on. Grip, please. Michi 36%. What is he trying to do? I thought I was marginal on fuel. Or do I have a lap too much? Maybe I'm a bit safe. But that's fine. he just about stayed in P2 as well. That's gonna be quite a fight for podium positions. It's gonna be kind of nice Sunday evening drive to the checkered flag, hopefully. But more than track, I will be watching the time gaps. Shame there is no big TV screens trackside. Although there would be big screens if I put all the details on max, I think. But it would be just my view on them, so wouldn't see anything else than just my own driving anyway, so... Fabio into P2. Michi, dive bomb him. He couldn't make it. And Michi is low on energy, like that's a lap too little for him. Gonna be a struggle to stretch. Yeah, they only show the POV, of course, like there is no way to show anything else, because then you would need extra CPU to calculate random cameras around the track. That's a nice traffic. That's how it should be every lap. AI broadcast, yeah, I mean, surely at some point that's gonna be done. I just realized how screwed up these poor Fords have become after the tire update, because it's now supposedly the slowest car overall in the GT3 field, but it's majority of GT3 Fords. So many drive-thrus and the standings behind. Although, oh, that was Schindler with the Mustang in P3, not far behind P2 and P1. And that's a bit wide. Ah, sorry, Leiden. I think the Corvette is slowest. Well, I heard that probably Ferrari is the fastest, and Ford the slowest, but I mean, BOP is not really bad overall. Like Porsche is good in quali as well, but dies a bit in high temps. But it's really good in low temps. But I think the situation is so complex that you would just require, I don't know, 50 hours of manpower, if not more, to figure out the actual specific, well, not specific, but even like actual BOP across series, like in different conditions, in kind of different temperatures, different weather, different length of races. It's just impossible to actually figure out which car is faster. It's alright overall for what we have now in LMU. Yeah, then I don't know, like yesterday at Spa the grip was not high, I think. We saw some low 18s in some other race. I think it was that multi-class Masters. Because I watched a little bit of Mitch's stream. He was doing hypercars, but I was watching the GT3 lap times. And they were doing well, low 18 in quali. But yesterday I think the track temp was so low that the lap times were already half a second off in quali. And we did like 18.7. But fastest hot laps from setup shops are 17.4 or something like that. I need to work on my Lexus. Yesterday it was a really nice race, but I didn't quite like that I was maybe 2/10 slower than I should have been. Honest bit about his methodology. Would need to look into that. I'm not familiar with that name. Please save Mitch's race by not going the extra lap. Well, if I'm close to extra lap, I'm happy not to take the extra lap, of course. But how close is it? I thought it's gonna be like, for sure, 36 laps. Or 38. But are we close to 37? I guess we are close. Yeah, I will slow down, but I need to see the calculation or like the time. If I can comfortably slow down, I have no reason to risk extra lap for myself either. So exactly 5 minutes. So 1:35, 3:10, 4. It's gonna oof. Feels like I will need to slow down by 15 seconds. Oh, I see Michi is struggling there. He needs to stay ahead of Ruuunnn for the championship. I mean, if I lose 10 seconds, then I will lose the exact gap to P2. Check over the line again now. $3:23. No, that's more than 10 seconds. That's gonna be difficult. Yeah, I mean, Ruuunnn has a little bit more, but that 1% is huge. But Michi might be safe there in P5 now. Copy Ruuunnn. I'm gonna just take it safe till the end. $1:45. It's so marginal. But I would need Grigolato to work with me. I'm gonna kill all GT3s. Are they so short on fuel as well, or what? Whitehead is panicky. I mean, it's... You know... Remember that one race where... Was it VC, where it was like... Was finishing behind a hypercar by a couple of seconds, like he crossed the line just before it went to zero. Maybe it was an LMU race. Well, maybe I can... It's just not gonna work, right? No, I'm too close. 4 seconds gap, but 8 seconds to go. Tough luck. And Michi lost all the positions. Anyway. It is what it is. I think the pace was super slow anyway, like again, I calculated with sub 135 race pace average, but we already lost so much battling in the first stint, and there was no point pushing much more later in the race, so I don't know what kind of calculations people have done there to figure out that it would be a lap less. So how is Whitehead doing then? He's gonna be fine, right? I have a okay, if I don't overtake him, he's screwed, right? Should I just stay behind? Oh well. GG. Nice. Luke did exactly what happened in some race some months ago. I think it was like that, just that I was in the GT3. That's a win. We can indeed win a race in VMS. Incredible. Finally. Well, what's next? Spa, Qatar, and 2.4 of Le Mans. I think it should be solid tracks for the Peugeot. I hope we don't have the tire update yet for the last 3 races. I sincerely hope so. The setup works now. I'm alright with the car, I kind of understand it. Alright. Well, thank you chat for the GG's. A Peugeot winner indeed. Wonder how Joe McCauley is doing. He was doing the Peugeot as well for first few rounds, but now he's kind of not racing anymore. Come on, let's figure out why do I keep messing up lap 1. Chat of Luke incoming. Peugeot is OP in Spa. You know what? Peugeot is OP in Spa, but in what conditions? They will surely put some rain and cold temps and night, and then I will be absolutely screwed. Yeah, Edward. Well, gonna be better next time with the broadcast. So again, like I actually did my homework. I practiced a couple of starts as if I was on pole on this side and I had my braking point there at the wall. And that was the latest that I was prepared to brake. And you see how... yeah, I could not leave much more space. I was not pushing him off, that's just all the grip that I had. So I was spot on, but... I don't know, did it... I helped him rotate into the corner, I think. Although exit was good. And then... he was so late on the brakes. And he made it into the corner. Solid job for him. A nice Piastri move there. He did chop me across a little bit, but yeah, nothing to think about. Actually, one more incident then, I think lap 2, when I chopped across Michi. Mikolai, thank you. You did quite a good job as well, right, with the Toyota? I forgot the positions. Yeah, I was figuring out that I can just brake so much later that I got caught up here, and then Michi had a nice go at me. That's not on me. That's fine. I kind of moved a bit to the left, quite late, but it's not anything. Just a small carbon fiber brush. Grigolito leads, crazy. Before PB in Quali, that's always nice feeling. Alright, overtake. Yeah, I had to be not close, not too close, but not too far, and this was perfect. Because, well, actually it was kind of a mind trick to make him think twice of me in the braking zone. And then I got a nice toe, and then he did not defend, or he did defend, but then like he outbroke me in lap 1, so I thought he would do it again, but maybe he just figured out that there is no point anymore. He was defending. At this point it does feel like that inside just has to outbrake itself as we go out of the server. You know what? I want to see that again. Gonna load. Grigolito 92, Irnei 86, Niklas 85. That's great actually. That's much closer than I thought. And well, Jake, love to hear it. Spice a Peugeot heaven. I mean, I had mid downforce here, so I'm gonna have high downforce at Spa, I suppose. Let's see. You know what's gonna happen at Spa? I get pole, I accelerate out of turn 1 in the lead, 3 Ferraris absolutely maul me to death on Camel, and then I try to come back, but I don't have the top speed to do it. Or maybe I'm actually gonna survive if I do the pole in pole. Right. I kind of squeezed to the right, but that's fine. Wood on the brakes. Going for the switchback. He would do the switchback, but he misjudged. He had to hesitate out of the apex. Was just a bit too close for it. Yeah, that was the crucial part of it. And off goes the Peugeot. And now we can see the pace difference in the corners. The Ferrari feels so heavy from this. Yeah, and that was the race. One more thing I want to check. Luke's throttle trace. Wait, you cannot see it, right? Does that work? Yeah, that works. Huh? Guys, we found a bug. Yep, everything froze. I think I know this bug. Like if you click something on the secondary monitor and click back into the replay, it breaks and freezes. And then all the HUDs appear as well. Anyway, oh, something moved as I click the mouse. MIP load bias disabled. What is that? I'm just clicking random stuff on keyboard. Ooh, FOV. Either way, let's close it here before I completely corrupt my LMU install. I just wanted to show how Luke was panicking and lifting as I trolled him a bit, but alright. Well guys, thank you. It was short and sweet. Thank you for your likes and the chat, and was a good one. Hopefully I can win some more races at next rounds. Till then, see you on Tuesday probably. Just gonna be a normal stream. Actually, one more thing to check. If I'm back into the LMGT3 fixed standings. I'm still... wait, that's leaderboard. I'm back in the standings. Nice. But I don't have... it's still broken, right? I won round 1. I don't have the points from round 1. Done. Fix. Here comes Luke Whitehead. I hope you enjoyed a little bit of bump draft towards the line. Yeah, I know how it felt. I had a similar situation once a couple of months ago, so that worked well. I know the exact feeling. Yeah, no, I know. Full panic, and then if you box, there is just nothing you can do. Like, yeah. Luckily I appeared behind you there. GG for the win, Luke. Anyway, calling it a day or a night here. See you next time on Monday, probably doing the dailies and the LMGT3 fixed round 3. Enjoy the start of the week. See you. Bye bye.